This video will show you how to lower WPL D12 from a daily driven style to the slam one. There are several ways. We start with the front suspension first. First, we can loosen this screw and then propping it up to make the suspension wire higher. If you want to be really low, just remove this screw completely. This method has a side effect where the D12 suspension becomes softer. The second method is to insert an M3 bolt in the upper arm hole, then rotate it to the right. This bolt will push the upper arm when it touches the chassis and it will make the car lower. Anyway, you don't need bolt this long. This is just for an example. We leave the screw on the wire as default. This will lower the car but make the suspension stiffer. I don't recommend this method because the M3 bolt looks like can damage the upper arm after a while. The third way that I recommend is use M2 bolt like this. Similar to the second method, just using smaller bolt and we insert it from below. Pay attention to the M2 bolt head. This is a comparison of two bolt heads. The right bolt head is thinner and flush, while the left bolt head is thicker. Even though it seems not much different, but it really affects the ride height. This is the height of the car when using M2 bolt with thick head. If you want to make it lower, just add some ring on the bolt. I use 9mm long M2 bolts. Use nuts to make bolt stays in its position. Use M2 bolts on all upper arm hole to make the pressure is even. To lower back suspension, move this lower part upwards. Stock position is like this. We move this part and one of the plastic lift spring above. Then screw back to the axle. If not low enough, we can use lowering block kit that we will discuss later. Now I'll show you how to keep the front wheels not touching the body. First, the wheel selection. You can use wheels that are thin like the stock wheels. For example, this drift wheel is thin and it won't get stuck in the body. But if you slam the car, it still rubs the body. We will show you how to fix it briefly. If you want to use wider wheels, you need to use wheels with a positive offset. For example, this Tamiya M chassis wheels have positive offset, or this wheel has a very positive offset. It's just that if you use positive offset wheel, you might need to cut this part because if you don't, it might rub the wheel. Don't worry, it's alright to cut this part and it won't affect the performance. If the wheel's still rubbing the body, then we need to make front wheels have negative camber. This is an example of negative cambered front wheels. You just need to turn the ball joint on the upper arm to the right to make the negative camber. If you need an extreme camber, then remove the bolt, then cut it to make it shorter, hence the ball joint can closer to the chassis. If you already do this but still not enough clearance for the wheels, then we need to install a custom lower arm. For drifting, I recommend you to install lower arm like this model. We can adjust the caster angle because it has 3 holes. It is 3D printed. You can get the file in video description. By using a custom lower arm, we can shorten not just the top ball joint but also the bottom. This will make wheels position closer to the chassis. You can see the top ball joint is so close to the chassis, but the camber angle still looks fine or not in extreme camber position. Now, if you want to slam it to the max, what we need to do is to make wheels even closer to the chassis so the wheels can still turn left or right without rubbing the body. I use a special upper and lower arm. The right one still uses stock arm, while the left one using custom arm. Using same wheels, you can see if still using stock arm, it will touch the body if we lower it, while the one using custom arm have a lot of clearance. I designed this and 3D print it. If you want the file, you can get it from Thingiverse. Link is on video description. Now let's remove the front steering system. To remove the ball joint end, don't pull it upright. It will be difficult to open. What you need to do, tilt the angle a bit, then push it. Remove the lower arm, unscrew this bolt, then push the pin. Install the custom lower arm. Pay attention to this part is different from this part here. The part with more clearance is the front side. Before that, we install an M3 bolt with 15mm length. Also install the ball joint end. Install the lower arm. Put back the pin. Make sure the pin with the flat side fits the bolt position. Screw the pin. I designed the front part with more clearance because there are this reinforcing rod. If you install it wrong, it will get stuck here. Just try moving the lower arm. If it cannot move freely, maybe you install it backward. Now we install the upper arm. The method is same. Unscrew this bolt. Push the pin. If it is difficult, remove the wire suspension first. This is a custom upper arm. Install the 10 or 11mm long M3 bolts. Install the ball joint end. Now install it to the chassis the same way as the lower arm. Now install the C-cup. The custom ball joint end can only enter from one side, which is this side, the flat side. If you install it wrong, it won't able to fit the C-cup. We need to shorten the ball joint and steering. Just turn it to the right. Now to lower the suspension, I make a special probe like this. The left and right design is different. We insert it to the suspension wire like this. Install the suspension wire to the upper arm. Then screw the probe. We need longer screw but not too long either. If the screw is too long, the screw will interfere with the steering system. I use 11mm long screw. For the rear wire screw, it uses default screw, nothing changed. And this is the end result. If you don't want the wheels too close to the chassis, just use longer M3 bolts for the upper and lower arm. We need to cut the car seat for wheels movement. And also, we need to sandpaper the oil bolt because it touches the ground. Actually, I can make it even lower than this, but that means we need to cut the oil tank cover to make clearance to the ground. But I don't do it because I prefer this look. But if you want slam the D12 to the max, then feel free to cut the oil tank cover. Now onto the rear part. I designed a lowering block like this. Just install it between the axle and the leaf spring as shown in video. We install it to the chassis. We need to cut the battery holder because it's stuck in the axle. Now the problem is the rear wheels will rub the rear deck. Even if using stock or thin wheels, it will still rub the deck. Therefore, I designed a wheel with a very positive offset like this. We also need to cut the deck for the tire clearance. If you want to use negative offset wheels on the rear, then you need to cut the axle to make it shorter. But I'll do that in another video. By the way, this is what it looks like if you use the DTM touring wheels. It's just that if you want to use this wheel at the front, you need to use a spacer because I designed this wheel with a very positive offset. If you want to lower the rear deck, you need to cut it and then make it lower like this. If you want to 3D print the necessary materials, I already written how much you need to print it. For example, print 2x means you need to print it 2 pieces. I hope this video can be useful or inspire someone. Thanks for watching.